Hey, welcome back to the Jersey Buzz. And as always, we're bringing you the cool people in our community that make New Jersey great. And as a matter of fact, wine, Jersey wine. And I have the New Jersey Wine Growers Association, Devon, in the house. Yay! Applause, applause.
Thank you for having me here today. You know how much I love you.
I know you have so much fun energy. This is going to be a great conversation. But for people who don't understand the New Jersey Wine Growers Association, like it's kind of twofold, wineries and the public. So what do you do?
So I am the official executive director of the Garden State Wine Growers Association, which represents all vineyards and wineries in the beautiful Garden State, which is how we refer to New Jersey, so that those who don't believe that we can make phenomenal wine taste it forgot their geography lesson and are surprised by how phenomenal our products are. So we do everything from making sure that members of the press know and love us, members of the public know and love us. We work with restaurants, hotels, folks in tourism. We have 1 foot in manufacturing and 1 foot deeply planted in the roots of the Garden State because we are farmers before we're anything else.
Wow, that was really well said.
Thank you.
I know, I love that.
I practiced in front of the mirror.
We're done. No, just kidding. No, okay, let's go to a very important part, and that is the wine of New Jersey. A lot of people poo-poo it. I'm sorry, but I've seen a lot of vineyards in New Jersey win some pretty prestigious awards. And we've been, how long has the winery's been around now? Over 25 years, right?
Oh, a lot longer. Pre-Prohibition. So Prohibition left just one winery, which is Tomasello Winery.
Oh, no way.
And they've been around for almost 100 years.
Okay, wow. That's crazy. That's a family.
It is.
Well, all of them are, aren't they?
They are. We are all mom and pop owned. So we're a good industry to support if you like supporting local farmers and mom and pop owned small businesses. So we're seed to glass, as we say.
I love that, seed to glass. Yeah, and one of the things, that the public probably doesn't know. Do you guys still have your app?
Of course.
Yeah, the app.
Of course. You said app, and I thought about happy hour and appetizers. But
they have
yes, we have an iPhone app or a smartphone app.
I know. And technically, but they do have that, right?
Yes.
A lot of the wineries.
Oh, yes, they do. So the app is wonderful because it took our traditional passport program, which we actually brought back to life as well. So just to bring everyone onto the same page, literally, we had a beautiful passport. All of our wineries were exhibited in this passport, and you could get it stamped when you went into each winery and then send us the passport once all the wineries are stamped, and you could be entered for a chance to win a VIP grand prize experience. So we then made an app, and then we said goodbye to the paper passport, and then I came into the fold and I said hello again, because when you drive around the state, sometimes you don't have good service, and therefore you need something to touch and hold. Plus, it's adorable, and people love it.
I love the paper app because it's like gratification. You get your stamp.
Yes.
And you're like, yeah.
Yes.
Because I have the one for the national parks.
Yes. Well, I love our friends at the national parks. First off, if we could take a little rabbit hole tour, their social media game is on point.
Yeah,
it's like
100%.
A tip in the hat to the national parks people.
I know. We love you.
We'll tag you in this too, by the way. Please reshare.
I know. Please reshare, especially national. So let's talk about why wineries in New Jersey are really producing some good. Because, I mean, when you think of wine, you think of France, Italy, California, and then you got New Jersey, which has produced some really beautiful vineyards and wines, I should say, not vineyards. But.
Absolutely. So in 1976, California was actually experiencing some shade by our European wine friends. So the Judgment of Paris took place. The movie Bottle Shock is based on that. So it was where California said, oh, you don't think that America can make fine wine? Let's do a double-blind tasting. So in a double-blind tasting, California demonstrated its value because of the people and the palates that were tasting it and how well it performed against the European counterparts. So never to be outdone by California and New Jersey, we had the Judgment of Princeton in 2012, I believe, and we just celebrated the 10-year anniversary with another double-blind tasting where not one person in the room could distinguish between the several $100 bottles from Europe and our wines.
Wow.
So it's all perception. My grandfather used to say there are two types of wine in the world, the ones you like and the ones you don't. So people just need to give wine a chance, local wine specifically.
Yeah, local wine. And I love how when you go into a restaurant, what do?
Well, if you've ever had the beautiful privilege of dining with me at a restaurant and felt a wee bit embarrassed because you knew what was about to come, I always ask for New Jersey wine, even when I know that there is no New Jersey wine on the list. We need for people to start demanding local, that farm-to-table restaurants, that absolutely has to include a nice local list. And if this is being, seen and heard around the country, I highly encourage all restaurants in their state to look for that local winery and start sharing some love in that direction.
100%.
Yep.
And the reason is because that local winery is contributing back to the community.
Absolutely.
So every dollar spent, right, from a local business, it's like over 75% gets recycled back in. It's like a really high number versus if you purchased out of state or from a local, liquor store. And, they're the people that they're going to go to for their little tricky trays and
Exactly.
silent auctions or whatever, right? They go there.
Always. So the ask comes to us, and our community knows how instrumental all the wineries have been in supporting whatever it is that's happening in the community. I mean, these are family members who many of them live on their properties. So they care about the beauty and the growth, the healthy growth of the economy, of the land.
Yeah.
There are so many positives when it comes to having a winery in your hometown.
No, agritourism has really taken a turn, especially Central Jersey.
Yes.
I would say.
It exists. By the way, there's legislation talking about that.
It does exist. I thought they passed that.
They did. But it had existed before. I didn't realize that it needed to be, when Texas wanted to be a country and you needed to recognize it in order for it to actually be considered a country. I guess Central Jersey needed that same type of.
This is how you know you're in Central New Jersey. You can have an Eagle fan and a Giants fan in the same room, and they don't. It's peaceful.
Oh, is
you
it?
Go south,
I'm so sorry.
You go north.
You've seen that?
Yeah. You
Peacefulness?
Go north.
Okay.
Go
all right.
north of maybe New Brunswick might be pushing it, and then go south, but don't go past Bordentown. You go south, you can't do that. You go north. That's how you know you're in Central New Jersey.
I would say during the holidays, if you look at the socks at Macy's and the other competitors, you know who didn't buy properly for their market when you see, let's say, the Met socks still hanging on the shelves in Cherry Hill Mall and so on and so forth. But you're right, there is a Central Jersey, and neighbors may be supporting the various teams. I guess that's what you're talking about. Okay, I believe you.
Okay, well, you have to. I've done a study on
You're
it.
like, you have to.
Kidding.
I'll read it after.
I have a blow-up Eagles costume, just so you know.
Okay, good.
So I was on your website, which is a very informative, lots of things to do, year-round, really.
Absolutely.
Especially with the chocolate the
Yes.
chocolate pairings for holidays and stuff. It's a nice little romantic or girl
Anything.
Valentine or whatever they call it.
You could take yourself to our wine and chocolate trail. You can go with a gaggle of people, a date, or on your own. So the wine and chocolate trail it really depends on when Valentine's Day falls.
Right.
So it's either one weekend or 2 weekends. It is probably one of the best things since sliced bread, as my grandma would say.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. I know Loretta Winery, and a lot of them will do make a cupcake thing, and then they do all these events now.
Oodles of experiences. So whatever you're looking for, a traditional tasting paired with chocolate, where it's just the chocolate and the tasting, or you can go all the way to the other end of the spectrum, and it could be a painting experience or goat yoga followed by chocolate and wine. We are coming up to our Mother's Day wine trail, which I highly encourage people to book reservations for wineries that take reservations and keep their eye on if you have kids 21 and under, because not every winery welcomes kids 21 and under.
Good to know.
If you're looking for an adult experience or something where your kids are a little bit older, that's a whole other thing. But we'll take care of you. Come to our website and we'll help you with that.
That's actually a really good point, because there are places that do allow kids and some that don't, right?
Same with dogs.
Okay.
So it's just like going to any, establishment. You always want to call the establishment directly, even though we're happy that you are coming to us as a resource. Please follow, share all winery content. They thrive on that engagement, as I think most people realize. But it's also good to check the details before you go.
Yeah. So you're really versed about all of this. What's your passion, or why did you take this job? Because you love it. You can tell.
I do. So let's see. Once upon a time,
back in the day.
Yes, my family, when my grandparents were around, we would have Sunday dinners at BYOBs in Philadelphia. And we would have a little spreadsheet, and my grandparents wanted to know what we were eating, how we liked it. And they would bring the wine. They wanted to go to BYOBs because they loved a good story about a bottle of wine. So they would always, sort of out of curiosity, explore old world versus new world, right? Different countries, same varietal, all those things. It ended up turning into an online restaurant database serving 10 major metro centers with a focus on wine-friendly ratings called Go BYO. And I ran that in partnership with my grandfather, who was hilarious and wonderful. And he used to say this phrase, non estis degustibus disputandum, which is Latin for there's no disputing taste. So this idea of, it's not a debate about what's good and what isn't good. It's what do you like and what do you not like? And we may have different tastes, and that's okay too.
Absolutely.
So that was the beginning. And then that turned into private tastings with executives at major corporations that we had been working with, our family, in different business ventures through the years. And I was just the sidekick. I was sharing the voting information. So it was a double-blind tasting. Again, you could see where my roots come in on that front. So around your table, or your seat at the table, it would be numbered glasses. So there would be whites and reds, usually 4 or so of each. And then we didn't even know which wines were in which spot. And every dinner had a different theme. And so it was really fun,
That's fun.
Inexpensive and mucho expensive. And lo and behold, it wasn't always the Opus One, that one.
Right.
Sometimes it was the $7.99 bottle. If you think about the way Amazon works, this idea of, oh, you like this, you might also like this, I think is really good when financially maybe you can't afford or you don't have access to a particular international wine. And then I became the director of tourism for Visit South Jersey, which is everything beautiful and delicious between Philly and Atlantic City South.
Yep.
And that encompassed the outer coastal plain AVA, which is the American Viticultural Appellation, which is just a fancy way of talking about the soil or the dirt. So we have 4 AVAs in the state of New Jersey. And because of that role that I held, I care a great deal about our downtowns, about local business owners who are making a quality experience, especially if it has to do with food, because if you have something delicious to offer on your menu, I mean, my family used to travel just for, the water ice from Esposito's in Northeast Philadelphia, and then everything was built around that journey. So how do we, as tourism professionals, help the visitor experience their backyard in a completely different way than they ever thought before? And I love being a part of opening that door for our macro marketing message in tourism.
Wow.
I know that was a lot. Sorry about that.
No, that was beautifully said. And
Thank
it's
you.
so true. Experiential. Try things. I think COVID really screwed up a lot of people who used to do that. They just got complacent. Let's watch Netflix. But make your own movie.
Absolutely.
Go the hell out. Try different places. In fact, I have an idea. I encourage everyone to put all the wineries in a hat and
Ooh.
pick one.
Yes,
That's
this. That's a great idea.
I know, I'm a genius.
Wait, so just like a swear jar, here's what I would like for everyone to do. Can we evolve this together?
Yes.
Or devolve? I think this should live in everyone's home. And if you have some best friends from college or coworkers or your family, I think you should be the one to inspire your posse to do this together. We shouldn't need an excuse to get together, and being with each other is like what life is all about.
Yeah.
So let us help host you and visit a New Jersey winery randomly.
Okay, so I'm going to add to that.
Yes.
Like we're just totally
Are we
building
doing
a
this?
campaign.
Let's do
we're
it.
totally doing this.
I'm here for it.
We live in a really crazy time right now. Everything's, misinformation, disinformation, whatever. And there's just a lot going on. So this is a way I feel like we don't get enough together with our friends. There's always a reason. There's always an excuse.
Right.
I do it.
Yes.
I admit it.
We
I'm
all
too
do
bit,
it.
Whatever.
Yep.
And then I turn on Netflix.
Right.
And I'm going to say what, because it's just like, decompress. But when I go out with my friends or people, I have a blast.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, oh my God, I should do this more often. We can.
And what's so nice about coming to a winery for anyone in your group, in your friend group, is we have other things other than wine.
Yes.
So I think that you'll experience, whether you're at Auburn Road having an affogato, or you're at Tomasello Winery listening to opera, or you're at Old York Cellars on paella night, which is probably one of my favorite things on this planet, paella, isn't it?
Paella.
Oh, you need to look at the content. It's
Okay.
going to make you hungry. I apologize in advance.
No, I'm hungry already.
And then, and then I don't know is it Al Albert's on the way to Cape May, whoever sang that. We're looking at wineries. So you're driving from wherever you flew in or drove in from to get to the 136 miles of beach that we have in New Jersey. You are passing wineries. Stop and enjoy each other, right? Visit with a friend, to your point, but make the destination just a part of the journey instead of the only thing that you're shooting for.
Right.
And I agree with you. I think we tend to focus around birthdays and holidays and tragedies.
Yes.
I think we need to do this random drawing. If you're feeling a way and you need your people, you take a little video of picking the winery out, you tag New Jersey Wine on Instagram and what's your feed?
And the Jersey Buzz.
The Jersey Buzz. And maybe we start something. Maybe we start a movement and maybe we'll share it. Tag the people in your content that you want to go to the winery with, or are you looking to meet new people?
Yeah.
Right? For whatever reason, I'm just going to put that out there. Maybe this is a good way to meet new people too.
Like-minded people. I say that all the time. I'm like, because as you get older in life, we used to go out to bars. Now they don't even exist. Now everyone's on social media. And as you get older, it gets weird. But I'm just saying.
I don't know what bars you're going to, but tell me about them after the interview.
I'm just saying, people are online dating. But what I'm saying is, you want to meet people who are like-minded regardless. So, going by yourself to events that are structured, you will meet cool people.
Absolutely, especially at a winery.
Yeah.
So, a breaking news alert for people out there. If you're looking to meet someone who is interesting and interested, going to a winery is a great place to do that. You're talking about the wines, you're talking about the vintage. You can speak to the winemakers, you can even speak to the owners. What a cool way to experience something that gives a little more depth instead of just, a transactional experience, so to speak.
Yeah. Wow. We clearly could talk forever.
We could. Are we done?
I know. We have to wrap up. But I know. This was way too much fun. We'll have to do it again.
I would love that.
So, or actually, we'll have to kick off our little plan.
Let's do it.
I know.
I'm in.
We're totally making up something right now. Anyway, so thank you so much. Again, the website for everybody.
New Jersey Wines. New Jersey all spelled out. Wines, WINES, because one wine isn't enough.com.
And who can forget that? So as you see, everyone, you have a task now. And thank you for watching. Make sure to put a comment in, share, tag us on your excursion, get your jar out. who knows? Maybe this becomes something. You might win something.
Ooh.
Or just be famous because we'll film it.
And cheers to New Jersey wine.
And cheers to New Jersey wine.
Shall we? I know
Yes.
you looked at it. I did too.
I know.
Cheers to New
Dang.
Jersey wine.
We're buzzing off. Until next time.